Get it, idiots!
Hello, police!
You know, it's strange that Bryant never married.
Not many lesbians do, I suppose. See you tomorrow.
I want you to cook up a little accident for Reb Key.
What if she gets hurt?
Catch on real fast, don't you?
Miss Ferguson, no, I can't do this, no.
You'll do as I tell you, Proctor, because I can have you thrown out of here any time I choose.
What did you say his name was?
Lynn Murphy. Why?
You stay away from him. He's a wicked, sadistic man.
Pitch, where you've been? Your Uncle Ray's been frantic. We're nowhere near ready. I mean, leave it this letter.
What are
leave
you
it.
doing?
You read it later. Don't get in a tease. I'm just putting it into your... It smells nice. Roses. And here I was thinking the letter is one from your big boyfriends.
No, it's from Mummy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. Well, read it then.
No, it's all right. I'll read it later. I'll go and start porridge.
Pet, we're cooking dinner. Porridge is breakfast.
Oh, golly, is it that time already?
Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm just being a bit silly, that's all.
Oh.
You don't look too happy, though. Perhaps I should be helping you.
I wish you could, Papa. I wish you could. I don't want to worry you with...
Well, come on, you make me angry. Now, what's the problem?
Well, what would you do if someone will force you into doing something bad?
You mean really bad?
Yes, worst kind of bad.
Well, I suppose I'll go and talk to somebody about it. You know, like a policeman.
Oh, no, God forbid.
Well, Myra's awfully good, or Mrs. Reynolds. Yes, that's a wonderful idea. Go and talk to Mrs. Reynolds about it.
Yeah, Bix, let's get the dinner ready. Let's get the dinner ready.
The department's just been on the phone to say Kelly's been picked up.
Yeah, where was she?
Adelaide. Couldn't pay a bill in a restaurant, apparently.
Surprised she could read the menu.
Makes you wonder what they use for brains sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, by the way, how's Stan getting along?
According to the hospital, he'll be fine, but I'm afraid his days at Wentworth are over. So are his chances of getting Mitchell released.
Good. Early release just makes a joke of the court's decision in my book.
Yeah, well, look, I'm pleased to hear he's coming along well, but I think he's going to do it a lot quicker with Mitchell here where she belongs.
I doubt it. And I didn't have the heart to tell him that he's under investigation for the Neville Sloane business.
You can't be serious. Why?
I hired him at Stan's request. I think Stan felt guilty at getting the job over Sloane.
That'd be right. He was always a soft touch at Woodridge.
He was a good officer, Mr. Murphy.
Sure, but there's more to being a good officer than winning the popularity stakes.
It'll be at least a day before Kelly returns. She has to appear in an Adelaide court to be extradited. Could you get a cell ready for him, Miss Ferguson?
Certainly.
You know, I'm all for raising the level of security after this escape. Teaches the others a lesson.
Well, at least we agree on something.
A prison's a prison.
Listen, I don't want to sound like a grouch, but I'm starting to get a bit confused. I mean, it was your idea that we have lessons in economics, not mine.
Oh, hang on. It wasn't my idea.
Shut up, Alice. We do want lessons, Mr. Cleary. It's just that at the moment everyone's really worried about Stan.
Come on, Marlene. Look, if you don't learn to live off the dole, you're going to end up straight back in here. No. Why don't you take this opportunity?
Give it a rest, Myra.
Oh, don't you think I care, Jude? But what would Stan want us to do?
Yeah, well, maybe you're right, but at least we want to do something for him. Why don't we all get out the art stuff and make him a great big get-well card, eh? Would you take it for us, Mr. Cleary?
May as well. I'm not getting anywhere here.
Oh, great. Let's do it straight after tea.
Wait, hang on. I can't do it tonight, though. I'm going to a party.
Oh. Hey, you take me if you like. You have to keep yourself nice, but...
He is keeping himself nice. He's taking Mrs. M, aren't you, Mr. Cleary?
I'll see you ladies tomorrow, eh? Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, how did it go?
How is he, love?
Oh, it's okay. Stop crowding, will you?
Yeah, but we're only asking.
So I told you. Now, will you leave me alone?
Honey, we care about Stan too, you know.
He is all right, isn't he?
It's going to be okay. Sorry I yelled at you. I don't want to talk.
Oh, that's all right, love. We understand.
leave her alone, huh?
Yeah, well, she needs cheering up, and I've got just the thing back in the cell.
You all right?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds. It was just a little unexpected, that's all. Are you sure that's what the doctor said?
Yes, this is his report. Davy's progesterone level is reduced significantly in a very short period of time. Taking this plus her emotional state into consideration, I think we can safely diagnose...
Yes, well, I think I agree with that. Makes sense, doesn't it? See, those tablets, the antidepressants, well, they worked so well.
You're not upset?
No, I'm not. I'm in change of life, that's all. It's natural, isn't it? Though I would like to see Lyle and tell him myself.
Well, I did phone, but he wasn't back from Sydney. Don't worry, I'll try again tomorrow morning.
Thank you. You surprise me, Warren, you really do. What makes you think you can run a book in here without me finding out?
Not me, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, really? And how did you pay Proctor for the goods he smuggled in? And don't try to tell me he didn't.
I don't care what you do to me. Please don't put Ray in.
Oh, Warren, I don't lag on people, especially if they can be of some use to me. As far as I'm concerned, you are Wentworth's bookie. In fact, I've got your first tip of the day for you. Kelly was picked up in Adelaide this afternoon. Why don't you run book on that?
Oh, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be honest. I don't need money that much.
Oh, yes, you do, Warren, because you've got overheads. Me.
How much?
50% of the take, not the profit.
The take? I can't afford...
Oh, yes, you can, Warren. Otherwise, your friend, Ray, is going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Understand?
You're out of your brain, Warren. Lou's gone for good. There's no way they're going to catch her now.
Yeah, well, let's see your money. I reckon she's going to get it today, and I'll give you 10 to 1.
Heavens, that's a lot. You must be awfully sure, Mummy. How do you know?
Hasn't been on the radio, has it?
No. Call it Bookie's intuition.
Sounds more like Bunny's intuition. I reckon Alice is right. You're off your head.
If I join you?
Well, I've got something to tell you anyway.
Good. Thought you might have still been nasty on me.
No, I got what I deserve. I told that to the other women too, so you don't have to worry about it.
I won't. And thanks. Now, if there's something troubling you, I want to hear about it. And don't tell me there's not, because it's written all over your face.
Stan.
Oh, what about him?
It's not fair. I'd never be able to go and stay with him now. It's not fair.
Don't throw the towel in yet, love.
That's not all of it. Stan's really worried about us.
How come?
The new screw. Stan said he's a real bastard.
Yeah, well, don't you worry about it.
They work together. Stan reckons he'd kill you as soon as look at you, no matter whether you're a screw or a critter.
Well, if he's that bad, we'll find out soon enough, won't we?
He's bad, all right. Or Stan wouldn't have said anything.
No, he wouldn't.
Gonna make the freak look like a nun. What are we gonna do?
No, you really should get down there. The gear's just stunning. Oh, I know, but Daddy's a bit tight with purse strings at the moment. You haven't been upsetting him again, have you? Well, he wasn't too pleased when I hit the fire hydrant in his mirror. Oh, he made a dreadful ding.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, you may be on the wagon, mate, but I'm not.
Yeah, well, my budget just won't extend that far at the moment.
Well, you'll shout next time, all right?
It's a promise.
Hey, you notice Gina? She's been giving you the eye, mate. I think you're on a winner there if you bomb out with me.
Chris.
You're a bit touchy, aren't you? Yeah, relax, mate. I'll straighten her out.
I think I'm counting on you.
Have I ever let you down before? No. Don't shatter my confidence before I've begun.
You will tread gently, won't you?
Of course. If she ever gets here.
Meg will be here, all right. She's the dependable type.
Of course she is. To Meg.
Never thought I'd be grateful to the police, but they earned me some money today when they caught Lou.
still like to know how you were so bloody sure.
Yeah. I just think she's awfully clever, that's all.
You'd be the only one.
Okay, buy-up time.
Miniatures, people. We wouldn't want to cancel it, would we?
No, it gives me the creeps. He's always smiling.
Yeah, well, Stan wasn't smiling.
You know, it's a bit of a change for me having that lipstick and cosmetics at buy-up.
Wasted on this lot.
Oh, I don't know, as long as it makes them behave themselves.
Oh, they'll behave themselves today. You see, they haven't had buy-up for quite a while.
Good. Useful little weapon, buy-up. Now you see it, now you don't.
Couldn't agree more. Well, come on, let's get to it. Okay, you lot, line up and do it quietly.
Hey, am I going to get a chance to get some of my money back?
Yeah, sure. What race?
Bugger the GGs. You're still running that Bible paper?
Yeah, Pix. Yeah. The Bible stuff, okay?
Oh, yeah, just this one.
We'll get a Bible later, okay?
No need to. Got it written down.
Oh,
Cop
Pixie,
this.
listen to this.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. What's it from?
Pixie, what's it from?
Oh, I don't know. Gosh, wish they'd hurry. I'm dying for my chocolate.
Pixie, where's it from?
Like I said, Marlene, I don't know.
I'm ruined.
Pay up.
Come on in, you know, James. You having a good time? Sometimes it's gorgeous.
Meg, it's great to see you. Come on in.
I wish I was able to say it's great to be here, but I really...
No buts. You're going to enjoy yourself. Now, come on. Let me get you a drink.
Scotch and water?
Scotch and water. Fine, no worries. Everyone, excuse me, I'd like you to meet Meg Morris.
Come and sit on the couch to feel more comfortable. You ought to be careful, love. Don't be fooled by his little boy lost routine.
Friend of yours?
Gina? Oh, she's everybody's friend. There are some people here that I'd really like you to meet. Hey, Chris? Chris.
Here you go. Careful, I might have been a bit heavy on the scotch.
Good. Always nice to know who your friends are when you need them.
Cheers. Dependable, that's me. Now, what was I up to?
Well, you were telling me all about England and how you went around it.
On a beautiful big Harley Davidson. Loved it too. Don't think I ever got over seeing Easy Rider. Dates me a bit, doesn't it?
I don't know how you two ever got together. I mean, you're like chalk and cheese.
Common bonds. Good drink, bad women. Present company accepted, port. And a shack I have down on the coast.
Bachelor's retreat, eh?
Well, that's what I call it. Phil says it was the result of ill-gotten capitalist gains.
What do you do?
Well, I knocked around for a bit after I left school. Saw the pot of gold at the end of the business rainbow, but couldn't master a calculator. So I did what every Australian boy with wanderlust does. I took my inheritance from good old Dad and travelled.
Chasing the women around the world, eh?
For a while. I'm finding I'm starting to settle down now, almost in spite of myself. So who knows? Don't tell Veronica I said that.
Okay, love? You weren't the happiest pixie in the world when you left the rec room.
Oh, gosh. Was I that obvious? Sorry, Jude.
That's okay. Do you want to talk about it? I'm all ears.
Oh, thanks. It's nice having someone who cares. I don't think it will ever be the same again.
What won't? Just start at the beginning, okay?
Well, I got this letter from Mummy. Heavens, I don't even know how they found out I was in here. I never wanted them to know.
Well, they had to find out sooner or later. What did she say?
Oh, a lot of awful things, like how could I let them down and what a failure their upbringing had been, a lot of other bad things about me. Well, Mummy's even going to come and visit. What can I do, Jude?
Honey, there's nothing you can do. I mean, people just need time to get used to this sort of thing.
But Daddy's a minister, and they're very religious. They're not young anymore. Well, I'm afraid the shock might be too much for them.
No. Isn't that what religion's all about? Forgiveness?
Well, they've been so happy together all these years, and everything has just been perfect. And then I came along and I ruined it all.
Honey, look, you've made a mistake. You're paying for that. Your parents are probably just embarrassed. They'll get over it.
I don't think they'll ever forgive me.
Of course they will. I mean, just look at you. You're still the same sweet person you were when you first came in here. That's really saying something. Of course they'll forgive you.
You're nice, Jude. You know that?
Don't fool yourself about bloody Murphy and the freak. They're as thick as thieves.
Well, I can't figure the bugger out. He was nice enough in the rec room, wasn't he?
Bull. Word has it he'd bloody take away your buy-up just for kicks. Stan was right.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Too busy making money.
Wake up to yourself. If he starts picking us off one at a time, you're going to be a bit short of punters, aren't you?
Take a walk, Mitchell. Now.
It's all right, Bobby.
Mitchell, sorry things didn't work out with you and Mr. Dobson.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. It's Stan I'm concerned about, not you. Don't worry. I didn't tell you about Kelly's capture for nothing. Where's my money?
That's it, Miss Ferguson. Half the take.
It better be.
Well, you haven't left me with much. What if all the favourites come in tomorrow?
Yeah. Risky business running a book, isn't it? Still, I'll leave you with it, Warren. That's your concern. Just keep quiet about it. Sweet dreams.
Well, you'd be a mongrel, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about?
Bleeding your mate's drawing a scam you got going with the screw and splitting the dough with it.
I couldn't help it.
Oh, Bull, you didn't have to run it, you know.
She was blackmailing me, Bobby. I couldn't help it. You should have seen her. She was off her head. She would have got heavy. Look, I can't tell anybody else, so don't you turn on me.
All right. Bloody Ferguson. I reckon we ought to tell Myra what she's up to.
Myra'd do me like a dinner if she found out I conned everyone.
What are you going to do, Rabbit?
There's nothing I can do. Just got to keep paying.
What with? A bookie who can't pay up in here's got nowhere to hide. You think about it.
Oh, Jude, there you are. Can we have a chat?
What about?
Well, if Stan's right about Len Murphy, we're in for a lot of trouble, and I want to know what you think.
Well, whatever you say. You're the top dog, aren't you? I'm sure you can deal with Mr. Murphy if you haven't broken your fist on the kid.
Oh, come on, please. Let's leave Bobby out of this. We're not talking about your average unpleasant screw. We're talking about someone that Stan has described as a killer.
Well, that's what Bobby said, wasn't it? And maybe she's right, but you better check your facts before you do something drastic.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in touch with the PRG, and if he's been a bad boy, they'll let us know.
Good. I got to write a letter. I'll see you later.
Jude, I got your support on this. Please, if he's as bad as Stan says, I can't handle it alone.
I'm sure you won't have to.
Well, it was my birthplace, so I suppose I was destined to become a prison officer.
How did you handle it when the inmate killed your first husband?
Angry. I suppose I still am. But you've got to learn to live with these things.
Yes, but you've had it harder than most. Pretty amazing life, really.
Must be all the Scotch who seem to be doing all the talking. Must be bored to death by now.
Oh, no. You make my life seem positively freer.
Oh, come on now. Let's play it fair and talk about you for a chat.
Forget it. Psychologists don't talk about themselves.
Gina, do the words go away hold any significance?
Gina, would you like another drink?
Hey, what
How about
is
a dance?
this? Get Gina wig or something. Listen, sweetie.
Wonder Boy here is a psychologist. I wonder he hasn't got you flat on your back by now.
Meg, it's not what you think. Meg.
Philip, you'll only do more harm.
Please, listen out of my way. Look, I was only trying to help.
Oh, you helped, all right. You made me look like a bloody fool.
Look, I'm sorry.
Just leave me alone.
What are you doing here?
Huh? Ask the freak. She must be trying to poison the women. She knows I can't cook to save my life.
She can send you here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Can't you ask to be given something else?
Come on, I'm not that bad.
Look, I didn't mean that. Please move over there. Just get off my way, please.
Sure.
Now, what am I cooking?
If it's any help, the menu's written down.
So it is. So it is. Ah.
Try the other side of the knife. Sure could use a hand, couldn't you?
Look, if you want really to make yourself useful, just go and help the others in the dining room.
Okay. Wouldn't you be safer working in a sheltered workshop?
Join us.
Good to have you back. How are you feeling?
Well, I never thought I'd be able to say this, but I'm pretty good.
Oh, why shouldn't you say that?
Oh, I just wish I didn't
Miss Lyle so much. If you stop saying it, then maybe you won't. Come on, it's up to you. You've got a lot going for you. I mean, compared to you, most of us are behind the 8 ball.
Yes, I know you're right. I'm sorry I'm such a pain.
Oh, I understand. It's awful, isn't it? I get into dreadful trouble every time I fall in love.
You going to do anything about it?
Yes, I am. I'm going to tell him the truth. I know it'll hurt him, but it's going to hurt our marriage a lot more if I don't.
Good for you. You've learnt the big lesson. No matter how much you care for other people, you've got to look after number one, right?
Yeah, you can't get better advice than that.
Yes, I know.
And I'll never be able to thank you enough, all of you, for the way you looked after me.
Oh, that's okay. Now that everyone's in such a good mood, I might as well tell you. We were going to run a book on how many times you and Lyle got off together. But we can't.
You are sick, do you know that?
Oh, it's so nice when everyone's so happy. I was awfully down in the dumps a few minutes ago.
Well, what's the matter? Oh, your mother. When's she coming?
Oh, any time now. Oh, gosh, now I'm all worried again.
Honey, don't worry. You've got a lot of people behind you.
Thanks, Jude. That makes me feel a lot better.
How was the party?
Oh, just the usual froth and bubble.
You don't look too bubbly.
Well, let's just say it would be nice for once, just once, to find a man you could trust.
What happened?
Well, not only was I the oldest there, but unbeknown to me, Philip had invited a psychologist friend of his. I was to be the subject.
Oh, I see.
I never thought he'd pull a trick like that. Still, how was your night?
Quiet. Had a good night's sleep, though, for a change.
Good. Oh, and Karen Davies is feeling much better. She's back with the women.
Fine. Which reminds me, I must ring her husband. I told her I'd contact him this morning. Oh, have you had any more thoughts about who might be responsible for the smuggling?
No, I think we've just about exhausted all possibilities.
What about staff? That's my main worry.
No, all clear. Unless Philip thought it would be therapeutic value for the women.
Well, anyway, I'm hoping Stan will be able to help us when he's better.
Oh, one other thing. Sue Bailey said that Higgins had a sleepless night. Perhaps isolation is getting to her. Mightn't hurt to pay her a visit.
Yes, all right. Not that it'll achieve much.
Morning, Meg.
Joyce, how are you? You sure you're up to it?
Well, I must admit I'm a bit nervous about facing Lou Kelly again, but I'd have been a candidate for the funny farm if I'd had another day at home with Norm.
Playing the worried husband, was he?
Oh, he was driving me mad with kindness. I mean, it's a great choice, isn't it? Being driven mad at home or frightened to death here.
Okay, finished out there. What's next?
Just take that boiler out of the stove and empty it into the sink.
Yeah, right. Pity we don't have a few gentlemen around here to do the heavy lifting.
Look, if it's too much trouble, leave it.
Okay, don't get your knickers in a knot. What are you trying to do? Do yourself in or something? There's oil all over the floor
Look,
here.
if you keep on interrupting, I'll never get lunch ready in time. No.
You're trying to help.
Don't touch it! Don't touch
Pix, I reckon it'd be a good idea if we gave the Bible routine a big miss. What do you say? Hello? Pix?
Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. What were you saying?
I was actually saying that it's probably... Mrs. Barry! Oh, it's good to have you back, and we're all really pleased that Lou didn't, you know...
Welcome back, Mrs. B. Thanks very much, ladies. Oh, Pixie, you've got a visitor. It's your mother.
Oh, Jude, I've forgotten everything I was going to say. What am I going to do?
Just tell her the truth. She'll understand, okay?
Oh, golly, I wish you would go instead of me.
She'd know it wasn't you, love.
Mrs. Barry, could I make a phone call?
Oh, I think it'll be all right. I'll just have to fix up Pixie's visit first.
Thanks.
Right? Pix, come on, please.
I'm coming.
And don't forget to ask about that Bible quote if you can.
Yeah, if I can remember.
Oh, it was the best of times, was the worst of times, was
The
an
age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness.
Yeah.
Charles Dickens, Tale of Two Cities. It's hardly the Bible, but it is one of my favourite classics. Come on, Pixie.
Oh, I'm coming.
What bitches stung me?
Well, I wouldn't have thought Alice was capable. She's no fool.
Yeah, well, don't worry, Rabbit. It hasn't exactly broken you.
Oh, yeah, that's not the point. She conned me.
And what have you been doing?
Yeah, well, that's bloody hot oil in there. Just what were you planning? Scarring me for life?
I'm so sorry.
What is your angle?
Nothing. I didn't wish to do it. Miss Ferguson, she made me.
Yeah, that'd be right. Freak's got to stay lily white, or Renault will sack. So she's getting others to do her dirty work. What's she got on you?
I smuggled in some chocolates and some shampoo, and now she's threatening to get me sacked or even get me into jail.
Yeah, it's her style, all right. You're pretty scared, aren't you?
Of course I am. She's already proved how easy it is for her to set me up. If I'll be jailed on drug charges, I'll never survive. You know what they do to people like us? I'll just die.
Yeah. All right, you relax, will you? There is a way out of this. But it means you backing me.
You mean... Well, of course I'll help you, but... I'm not good at fist fighting.
Yeah, well, we're not fighting with fists, are we? If you sign a statement explaining the freak's blackmail attempt, we get it into a safe deposit box, and then we tell the freak about it.
What good will that do?
You don't know her very well, do you? There's only two things that matter in her life. Her old man and her job. She's not going to risk losing her job for either of us.
Well, I hope you're right.
Believe me, I am.
You must be very disappointed in me, and I'm awfully sorry, Mummy.
Why didn't you tell me you were in trouble? I know your father carried on when you married an atheist, but that didn't mean I stopped caring for you. I got such a shock when Eddie Mason told me you were here.
Where did you see Eddie?
I wrote to him and he phoned me last week.
Oh, well, did he have anything to say?
Oh, the poor man was dreadfully embarrassed. Took him quite a while to explain that you were here on bigamy charges.
Oh, no, that was last time. Well, this time I'm on a stealing charge. Oh, I've been very foolish, haven't I?
None of us are perfect, dear child, and far be it from me to stand in judgment of you. I'm just glad I found you. Now, I know the nights get a bit nippy, and this might help.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, thank you.
And you need plenty of vitamin C when you're laid up in dark places like this. So eat plenty of fruit.
Oh, we get exercise periods outside and 3 good meals a day, so don't worry about me. I want to hear all about you and Daddy. I suppose he's really disowned me this time. Mummy, what's wrong?
Your father and I have separated. We're going to be divorced.
Oh, no, you can't. Oh, you're joking, aren't you? Mummy, you can't leave Daddy. He depends on you.
I'm afraid you've got it the wrong way round. Your father has left me. Not only that, but he's seeing a girl younger than yourself.
Davy's just waiting outside when you're ready.
Oh.
Is there something wrong?
My husband's back from Sydney, but says he's not ready to see her yet. I think he's having trouble coming to terms with their situation. And I'm not sure how to explain it to Davies. I'll only better send her in.
Davies?
How are you feeling now?
Oh, I'm fine. What's wrong? Where's Lyle?
I've been in contact with him. He's back from Sydney, but he wanted me to tell you that he can't come and visit you just yet. He sends his love and asked if there's anything you want him to send in.
No, thank you. Look, I think there's some mistake. Would it be possible for me to phone him and find out if there's anything wrong?
Of course. Mrs. Morris, would you take care of that for me? And tell reception I'll be in isolation if they need me.
Certainly.
Thank you.
But Jude, I've always looked up to them and hoped that one day I'd have a marriage as perfect as theirs. Well, no, I don't think there's any reason for any marriage to work.
I know, love. Seems impossible after all you told me about them.
Yeah, if my mum and dad ever split up, I'd feel like I'd been orphaned or something.
Mummy was trying so hard not to seem upset.
Well, look at it this way. At least they turned to you for support.
Yes, but I wish I could be with them to help them. I mean, well, they must be feeling dreadful.
Doesn't your mother have any friends she can turn to?
Yes, but they're mostly Daddy's friends.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Oh, what have we got here?
Little accident, Mr. Murphy.
Yes. We'll pick it up now or I'll put you on a charge. Accidentally, of course.
Oh, hang on, Mr. Murphy. It really was an accident.
Another malingerer, Bryant. In fact, by the amount of work achieved here, I'd say you were all malingerers.
Well, we have stopped work, but we were talking to Pixie. She's very upset. She had some bad news about her family.
Yeah, parents split up after 25 years.
Oh, and I suppose you gave us some very helpful advice, Bryant?
There's nothing wrong with a bit of sympathy.
Of course not. Be right up your alley, wouldn't it? Let Pixie know that it's quite all right for a woman to live with another woman. That's how you operated at that halfway house.
Just a minute. How dare you bloody insinuate
Thank you very much, Bryant. You're on a charge of insubordination. Now get back to work, all of you.
But, darling, if there's some sort of a problem, you would tell me, wouldn't you? I mean, you do still love me, don't you?
Of course I do. I just need some time. Believe me, darling, it's not you, it's me.
Darling, please come and see me. I know we can sort this out if we can just see each other.
I wish I could feel that way. I still don't even know how all this happened.
Lyle, I'll tell you everything when you come. Mrs. Reynolds will give us some privacy, and the other women won't interfere. They've promised me they won't. And now, please come, darling. I just can't bear this. Please.
Oh, darling. Darling, I don't know. All right. Maybe tonight.
Well, I dished out my first charge this morning, and London to a brick. It won't be me last.
Who was it?
Bryant, insubordination.
Oh, good luck. It's all very well laying a charge, but I think you'll find the governor a bit soft when it comes to imposing a penalty.
They've got to support their officers, otherwise it leads to disrespect for authority.
Don't get me wrong, I couldn't agree with you more. It's just that in the past, I've found Reynolds far too lenient. She's made my job very difficult at times.
It's going to be a bit of a problem then. There's only one way to run a place like this, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, at last, someone who thinks the way I do. You know, you had me worried for a while. I thought you were another do-gooder. I reckon between us we can pull this place right into shape.
There's a few people around here need to be pulled into line. Take that lesbian Bryant, for instance. Less of her type around here, the better. They're unhealthy.
Everything went wrong when Mother died. My father fell in love with a real bitch. Criminal record as long as your arm. She moved in, and everything took a downhill slide.
It happens, I know.
My father believed he could rehabilitate her with love and understanding. She understood all right. She dragged him right down to her level. Once, just once, he nearly got out. Did you know I had a stepbrother?
No, I didn't. Where is he now?
Killed in a car chase at 19.
I'm sorry.
No need to be. I was glad when it happened. He was an animal. Anything for kicks. Yes, the bitch had bred another criminal.
What's happened to your father?
I don't know. She made it perfectly clear I wasn't wanted. Each day I could see my father turning against me because of the lies she'd fed him. I left home as soon as I could earn a living.
But surely after all this time you'd want to see him, just out of curiosity.
As far as I'm concerned, my father died the day that woman walked into our house. The day I left, I vowed women like her would suffer. She should have been incarcerated for life.
I can understand your bitterness, but you're wrong. You can't judge other women by her guilt. There are some who genuinely try to get out of it. We must give them that chance.
There's no point.
You're wrong. I've seen quite a few leave here and make it. And I haven't been here very long.
Maybe. But they're the exceptions to the rule. For everyone that makes it, there are 10 who wind up back inside, bleeding society dry.
Even if you were right, that doesn't mean we should stop trying. Every success is worth 10, 100 failures. We owe them that much.
What are you doing here? Cat got your tongue wrong.
No, I just had a bit of stomach cramp. I had to sit down for a bit.
Is that a fact?
All right now, though.
Ah, it's good to hear. But you won't be all right if you ever try lying to me like that again. You're nothing but a lazy, overweight liar. I think it's about time you learnt the first rule of Murphy's Law. Now. Don't you ever lie to me again. Not ever.
I don't know what got into you, Brian. Why did you refuse to work?
I didn't refuse to work, Mrs. Reynolds.
That's not what Mr. Murphy says.
Oh. Okay, we were having a little chat. Pixie was very upset about her family. I explained all of that to Mr. Murphy.
Did he tell you to get back to work?
No, he said we were a bunch of malingerers.
Well, were you rude to him and refused to work?
I got a little upset when he accused me of breaking up marriages at the halfway house, but I didn't exactly refuse to work.
You realize this looks like direct insubordination.
It's not insubordination, Mrs. Reynolds. Mr. Murphy was deliberately picking on me.
Let's see, shall we? Come in, Mr. Murphy. Bryant alleges victimization. Is this true?
Of course not. Bride is one of the first women I liked. I didn't want to put her on a charge, but, well, she gave me no choice.
All right, Bryant, you'll lose your privileges for 1 week. Would you take her back to work, Mr. Murphy?
Queers like you at Woodridge. As far as I'm concerned, the less you lot around here, the better. After you.
Ladies, you better hurry. Lunch isn't far away.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, anything the matter?
No. Where's Proctor?
Oh, he's just gone off on a break. He said he had to post a letter or something.
I see. Look, I'll take over if you like. You must be just about due for a break yourself.
Oh, thanks. It'd be lovely. I've got a bit of a headache, actually.
Proctor's taking a risk leaving you in charge of the cooking.
It's only food for the officers.
Glad to see you're enjoying kitchen duty.
Oh, I'm glad you rostered me here too. It's been educating. Interesting reading, wouldn't you say? It's only a copy. Ray's taken the original to a solicitor. Dreadful, isn't it? You just can't trust people nowadays.
You won't get away with this.
I'd say I already had. It's only your job at risk.
For God's sake. Why didn't you yell out or something?
Because he just would have kept standing on it. He was pressing harder and harder. Not kidding, he's off his head.
That's all you needed, love. Loss of privileges and a sore hand.
Yeah, not to mention what he did to the biscuits.
Well, maybe that's just his idea of helping you lose weight, Marlene.
Maybe I should offer to cut him in.
Forget it.
Just an idea.
Well, the freak is at least the devil we know. This guy's on some sort of nut.
Yes, but I mean, surely there's some way we can protect ourselves. I mean, a legal way.
Oh, by the time the coroner gets to your case, it's too late. No, we've got to think this out very carefully before someone gets hurt.
Oh, hello, Len. How's it all going? Settling down all right?
Oh, starting to get a feel for the place.
Good. Tell me, have you got a family?
Yeah, 2 boys.
Oh, lovely. I bet they keep you on your toes.
Oh, not really. They're both grown up now, living interstate.
Oh, really? Oh, you must miss them.
That I do.
Yeah. And, tell me, what does your wife think about your move here?
I wouldn't know about that. See, we're separated.
Oh. I'm always threatening my husband with that. Mind you, I wouldn't do it. Norm says I couldn't live without him.
Can't beat a close family, Joyce.
No, you can't.
I must meet Norm one day.
Good.
Tell me, what do you think of Joan Ferguson as an officer?
Oh, you've asked the wrong person, really. Actually, I think she makes too much trouble amongst the women.
Trouble?
Yes, too strict, you know? I mean, they accuse her of being a basher and a lesbian and being...
Lesbian, eh?
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. I mean, that's her business, as long as it doesn't interfere with her work.
Of course. To each his or her own. Doesn't change my opinion of her in the slightest.
Please, Mrs. Reynolds, I'm not overreacting. I just don't know how much longer I can take it in isolation.
It's for your own protection.
You can't go on protecting me forever. And there's no doubt in my mind I'll be convicted. So it may as well be sooner than later.
Believe me, I can understand you're wanting to be moved. But, look, let me think about it. I'll check with the department and let you know.
Thank you.
Where's my cut for the day, Warren?
Didn't run anything this morning, Miss Ferguson.
Your cash flow had better start improving because scum like you are not indispensable.
Let's see a bit of rough stuff for the young uns, eh?
What?
Make yourself scarce, Warren.
How dare you undermine an officer? That's totally unprofessional.
I just found out about you, Ferguson. You want to know something? I didn't like what I heard. I wouldn't put a dyke in charge of an outhouse, let alone a prison. Your days of running this place are over.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. comes around.